Hey everyone, this is Sir Michael Rivera, and this is Read On. I actually have a new page now. My old page I lost the password to, and not only did I lose the password to it, but I also took a little hiatus from book reviewing. But I'm back. I'm doing what I love, and I look a little different, but I have the same mind. So first, I want to start with uh, Freud, Darkness in the Mist of Vision. I know it's kind of hard to look at it because of the light reflection, but this is actually a great biography on Sigmund Freud. I think that Sigmund Freud is one of the more fascinating figures in all letters and in all history, if you really think about it, and in the sciences. Very controversial figure still. I think that in many ways his theories have now been discarded, at least a lot of psychoanalysis, but there are definitely things of Freud that we still use today. The terms, we still use them today. The creation of free association is something that all psychologists, all therapists, all counselors use today. So I think the fact that Freud and a lot of his theories have been discarded uh, does doesn't doesn't do justice to the fact that he is one of the most influential people that we have and will always have. In fact, I think that Time a few years ago came out with an issue of the three most influential people of the 20th century, and they're actually all German: Einstein, Marx, and Freud. What I really liked about Darkness in the Mist of Vision is that Louis Breger, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, really showed Freud for who he was. I mean, he was a charlatan. The guy uh, created theories that he thought would change the world, not necessarily that he believed were true. I think that's a very important distinction to make. That a lot of the theories that Freud himself created, he did not believe. In many ways, Freud was concerned more with being infamous and famous than by actually being correct. To him, correctness compared to fame was really insignificant. Um, what I liked about this biography too is that it demonstrated that Freud was the type of person who held vendettas. If you said anything that differed with his theory, he would bring you down. He will crush you. He would get all his friends together, all his psychoanalytic friends, and his psychoanalytic society, which he eventually opened up, I believe, in Geneva, and he would just completely throw you under the bus. Carl Jung, who was one of his more famous proteges, and at one point almost like a son to him, was one of the people that he felt he had to throw under the bus because he disagreed with his theory. So it just goes to show you the type of person that Sigmund Freud was. The other thing is that Louis Breger showed and included a lot of the letters that Freud wrote to others, and that others wrote to Freud, and that others wrote about Freud to kind of highlight the fact that he was a very just a very just the type of animosity that the man had, and the type of animosity that people had regarding him. And I think that there is a consensus amongst a lot of his colleagues, not friends, but colleagues, that this guy was a complete scoundrel. And the letters prove that. And these are a lot of the closest people that worked with him, that eventually fell out of his favor. Um, he often fell asleep during his sessions with his clients, and he basically boiled down everything to sexuality. So I think that in many ways, I don't think he would have passed the test of being a therapist in today's world. But it was a different world back then. In many ways, he pioneered this world of therapy as we know it today, of the person sitting on the couch. So as much as we would like to belittle Freud, he remains one of the more important figures in psychology and in history as well. So I would say for all these reasons, Freud, Darkness in the Mist of Vision is a must read.